All right, I'm going to show you here the things that, say if you have no power to the vacuum, you hit the switch, it doesn't come on, what to look for. The first thing you're going to need is a multimeter, one of these guys right here that can test for voltage. So that's important so you can test it. So the first thing we check is the end of the extension cord. This is the extension cord coming in from the wall. This one has a light in it, so you can tell if it's lit up. There you go, you can see that. So if it's not, then you know it's probably in your extension cord. But if you don't have one with a light in it, you just take your prongs, put them in the end, and see what it says on your multimeter, and you'll see 120 volts, so we're good. So we know the cord is good. So then we're going to plug it into the vacuum. So we plug the vacuum cord into it, and one thing I would stress is make sure this clip is connected to this plastic triangle right here on the strap. That keeps it from pulling this cord here out of the vacuum. Okay, and then in addition, the extension cord should be wrapped over. You can see there's a little instruction sheet on it, but should go over and under that. So when they pull on the extension cord, it pulls here, and you'll see, and does nothing to your power cord. Because a lot of times when that's unhooked, the ladies go yanking this, which then yanks the power cord. You'll see if I unhook this from here, and when you pull it now, it's going to pull the cord and everything. So it's important to have it hooked in here like that. Just goes over, goes through and over, and then make sure it's clipped onto the little triangle right here. That'll protect that. So if you have juice to the cord, then the next thing you want to do is take the vacuum apart. There's on this thing on the back here, there's 2 screws. It helps if you got this, or you can use a pair of regular screwdrivers, but I use a power one, makes it a little bit quicker. Take that one out. Take that one out. What that does, it loosens up the bottom of the strap so that you can get to these 2 screws right here and right here. You'll see right there's one right there. Take that one out, and then there's one right over here. Take that one out. Now in addition, there's 2 on the front. There's one right here and one right here. Now keep in mind, I have it plugged in right now. So there, if we know we got juice coming in here, it's hot when you take this off, so just be careful. So I take it out, take it off like that, and then this is the bottom, and this is your vacuum. Inside this is where we start testing. So as you saw, we have juice coming into here. Now this cord comes in, and what we're going to do is test the power cord. So let me just show you what I'm looking at here. So if you look in there, what you have is here's your power cord coming in, okay? And it comes in underneath, and it's the blue, brown, and green wire. The green goes up in grounds, but the blue and the brown are your power, and they run all the way over here to your switch. So now I'll show you. What we're going to do is we're going to test to see on the switch, which is this blue and this brown. We just touch metal on it and see if we have voltage when we turn the switch on. As you can see, I have power, so I should have juice. So you just test those 2. Try to see if you can see them there. The top 2 ones right there. So it's the top 2. I'm going to put one there, one there. And as you can see, I have voltage, which is obvious because when I flip the switch, it works. All right, so if you don't have any power there, then you know it's this power cord. And then you just have to take this power cord off and replace it. Now to do that, underneath in here, there is a little plastic washer nut right here. You just unscrew it, and then this thing pulls out. You have to unhook these 2 wires. They just pull off. I'll show you. There you go. See, it just pulls off. The new one will have hooks you just plug back in. You can plug those in, and then you do have to take this green ground wire off, which is over here. It's only 3 watts, only 3 wires. You take those 3 off, put your new one in, plug the 2 in, and the ground wire, and that's your power cord. Now, if you have power like I do there, and let's say I hit the switch and it's still not working, there's only one other option that it is. And on here, let me see if I can move this out of the way a little bit. You see these 2 big white things right here. This one here and this one here. These are brushes. That's what gets the power through to the actual, and I'll show you that. Sorry about throwing you around. If you look in here, if I can get it for you. There we go. There's the motor. Those white things are brushes that go in there. And let me show you how we take those out, because I've replaced them many times, because they do wear out over time. So what simple thing there again is you're going to go ahead, and there's two little screws, one there and one there on each side. Now here, I'm going to unplug it because I'm getting closer to the true electric area. And I need to switch this over. And you just take one screw out there and one screw out there. And that takes this little thing right here off, which is just a little bracket on it. And then it exposes this. You can take this out of here. Now there's a power hook to it, a cable. See this? There's a white cable right here where my finger's touching that you have to unhook. And you just, it's tight because this is like a brand new one that's been sitting. This is my vacuum. That's why I turn the power off. There we go. And it unhooks. Let me see, here is the little white connector piece here. And you see how this spring loads and pops out. As they get wore out, there'll be no spring load left, and that's all you'll see, and that's fully extended. It wears these things down. So when these can't make contact anymore, then it can't get the connection, and then the motor won't run. So this is the last thing that you would check on to replace. So it's either going to be no power coming in at the cord, which is right over here. If it does have power there, you check it. Then you're going to check these two connectors on the top where the cord comes in and runs over to see if you have power there. If you don't have power there, make sure you're flipping the switch to see. Then you know that it's this cord, and then you can replace that cord. If you still have power there, then it means it's sending the power up to the brushes. When you turn the switch on, that means your brushes are probably defective. Pull these off, and I can almost guarantee you when you take one of these off, this thing is not going to extend out. All right, that's how you check for vacuums that aren't running.